Hey noble ones, so finally decided to make this video. Okay. I decided to make this video to let you know why I stopped the production on my channel. And the problem is that I am back in Italy. Because as you know, I was traveling in America. I was traveling in the United States for visiting, but in America you can't stay longer than 90 days when you go there as a tourist, which is what I did. And considering the situation in Italy, I extended my stay in the States up to 90 days, but then I had to come back. I had no choice. So I came back to Italy, but unfortunately, in the plane from New York to Lisbon during my flight change, the plane was like a frigging box of death, with everyone sneezing and coughing, and unfortunately without even having the social uh, understanding of, coughing or sneezing in a I can't even think straight, in a napkin or on your elbow. People were just sneezing and coughing in the air, so that was like I took as many precautions as I could, but I fell sick. I did not go to, as you know, I live in the south of Italy. I don't live in the north, so I don't live in an area where there is a hot spot or a red area, but still. And of course, as I came back to Italy, I didn't go through Milan. I went through Rome and then came back to where I am now in Sicily. But I have a flu. Now, do I have the coronavirus? I don't know. But I'm under quarantine as per the title. Um, so the first day started having the first. So when I arrived, I had nothing. I was asymptomatic, but I was a little worried because of the plane. The following day, I started having this fever, and the fever has stuck with me for 5 days. It just doesn't go away. I've been taking medicines and I've been calling every possible number. Of course, I got a cough and everything. I've been calling every number, the medical authorities, contacted my medical doctor, and I followed their directions. I asked for them to send me the tampon so we could see if I've got coronavirus or not, but they just won't send it. And the reason being that in Italy now they send you the tampon basically only if you have respiratory complications, like respiratory failure. I wish that in a situation, and it's also, I think it's also because I'm not coming directly from a red zone. If I was in a red zone, I think they would send me the tampon. They would have sent me the tampon. I still wish they they would send it, but for now I have to comply. The only thing I can do is I just keep taking meds. I'll see if the situation improves, but unfortunately the content production on my channel has altered, and I just felt I needed to let you know. I didn't want you to think that I was just abandoning you or anything. I have a lot of projects in mind and a lot of new things to show you, but for now everything is blocked because unfortunately I'm under quarantine. So anyways, both me and my doctor believe that in this case it's more probable that it's a normal flu, a bad one at that, but just a normal flu rather than corona. Also because yesterday I started feeling better. The first 2 days I felt quite awful, but the yesterday I was feeling better. Today I do feel better, so there is that. And if the situation continues to improve, then great. If the situation gets worse, then he will agree. They will send me the tampon and we'll see. But I really hope that that's not going to be a need, and that this is just a flu. I can't leave my home. Neither will I, because to be honest, it stupefies me that so many Italians don't care about what the government is saying. The government is telling us to stay home, which I would have done even if I wasn't into quarantine. I would have stayed home with Netflix, PlayStation 4, and just eat if needed. I mean, what else do you need? How much of a sacrifice is that? People that just keep going out to these big events and going out drinking in huge masses because they're still doing it here. They just don't care. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed. And then I've seen these interviews of these people, even up in Milan, so one of the red areas, with these guys saying, "Yeah, but I can't just stay home. I'll just be careful, but they can't make me stay home." What the heck? I wish they did. I wish the Italian government used the military to make people stay home. But to be honest, the fact that the youth in our day and age, they think it's too much, asking too much of them to stay home during a pandemic. They think that's too much of a sacrifice and they can't do it. They have to go out. They need their social life. They can't even do it for a month or two. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. The real sacrifices are the ones made by our grandfathers who went through World War II and had to go through trenches and had to experience bombardments and being shot at and not being able to be with the people they loved. Those are people who did sacrifices. Staying home with all the things we have, like video games, like, the phone, like internet, it's not a sacrifice. And yet the youth are not, and not just the youth, I got to say, because they interviewed even people who are my age. They just don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, and they risk spreading even more the epidemic. And it's really disgusting. I find it disgusting. It's a lack of willpower. It's a lack of discipline, and I hope that something will be done about it. There have been a lot of fake news. There have been a lot of correct news. It's difficult to understand what's real and what's not. Anyways, I hope that the situation comes under control, but it never will if this single citizen doesn't start learning that it's not all about him, but it's about a community. It's about thinking of other people, not just you, but not just the things you need to give up, but the things you need to give up in order to not endanger other people around you. So me, yes, the doctor said I should stay in quarantine. Even if I heal completely and the quarantine and the doctor says don't worry, no quarantine anymore, I'm still gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna avoid spreading, risking someone else's health, someone else's family's health. I think that means sacrificing my own personal entertainment. It's nothing. It's nothing. And our grandparents, the ones that went through war, they would be ashamed of us for our lack of discipline. Anyways, I just want to keep this brief. Thank you for your support. Thank you, and I just want to let you know, noble ones. Anyways, I just wanted to know, noble ones, stay safe. Don't panic. But don't underestimate it either. The right approach is in the middle, okay? So panicking is wrong because it's devastating. But taking it too lightly, I've heard of like youth going out and calling it a coronavirus party. I mean, this is like Darwinian evolution at work, making sure that only the fittest survive, but fittest in the brain, because that is ridiculous. So that is also as dangerous as panic. Okay, so the middle ground is the right answer. Being careful, being cautious, but don't panic. That's the good thing, and that's what I'd like you to do as well. Stay safe, make sure you're okay, and I hope and pray that your family and your loved ones are all fine and healthy. Thank you for your support.